Groove City.
Hey, what's up? I'm Lefty.
And I'm Rich Furniss, and welcome to another episode of Groove City.
That's right. We are back with another exciting guest. Please welcome DJ, producer, label owner, part of the Elements Festival team, Olaf.
Thank you guys
so much for joining us.
Thank you guys. Pleasure to be here.
Yeah, great to have you in town. How you been?
Doing good, man. A lot of busy work. Just kicked off a label party with my label that I had this past weekend. Went very well.
Oh, nice.
Few shows lined up, but everything's moving.
Sweet. Where'd you guys do the labor party at?
We were at the Meadows in Brooklyn.
Oh, cool.
Nice. Yeah,
Cool
we
place.
were out there. A lot of people showed up.
Amazing.
A lot of other DJs and producers from all over the area that came around. So very successful. And
Very
100%.
cool, dude. That's awesome.
Thank you.
So let me ask you, you have a lot of different pieces within the music industry that you work in. What came first?
Oh, what came first? So what came first actually was kind of how I attacked my career was I work in event space, so live events,
Okay.
doing light technician work, audio engineering.
Cool.
So instead of taking the casual let me DJ or produce music first, I took that route first. So I've worked for a bunch of production companies, Four Wall, Tag, and traveled all over doing major events.
Oh.
And my thought process behind it was if I do that and learn, the actual gear and what goes into production, I'll learn everything else through that, work big shows, and that's so that was first.
You can feed off that energy.
Yeah.
My first job when I moved here was doing events, like events in the park and a bunch of event production stuff, so I feel that.
And, granted, house music was the only thing, I would do like Rock the Bells, other music. So it was I'd be working hands-on with someone's, tour manager or their lighting guy. And through that, I was like, all right, I could see how these connects make sense. And then that's kind of how I attacked it first. So
That's
the first
really,
was,
That's really cool and interesting because the lighting part the timing has to be really good.
Yeah.
We talk about it all the time. I mean,
Yeah.
lighting for a venue, for a show, for a concert festival, whatever, can make or break
Yeah.
the experience.
And when you
even besides lighting, I would say just the behind the scenes crew.
Yeah.
So production.
You don't realize how much goes into a show when you go out.
These guys are there, sometimes we're there setting up for almost a day straight. So it's people don't see that. And it's these are the guys that kind of make what you see and you go.
The real experience.
Yeah, that's what.
100%, yeah. When you get those lighting guys, though, those LDs that really just nail the timing and everything, you're just it just brings it to another dimension, the whole experience,
100%.
because beyond the music, and then it just really carries the whole thing.
Yeah.
Well, I think especially in the event space now, it's music is just one part of it, right? And everybody sees the musician on stage, but there's so much that goes into it to create the experience, because now of concerts and venues and all that kind of stuff, it's not just about the music, it's about the experience you're able to create. And there's so many people who go on to create that.
Same why Eric Pridge, man. That's why I give him such respect. You see his shows, can't imagine what his designer and his lighting LDs are going through to put that on.
He's probably got a semi-truck full of LEDs coming up to him, right?
Couple.
Yeah, 100%. It's not cheap, man.
And now those guys are expensive.
That's major production.
Yep.
So from starting in that world, where did you dive in? Did you dive in as a DJ after that, or did you do more of your own events?
I've always been into DJing. I've learned how to DJ since I was 15, 16. Something I always knew how to do. My whole family kind of is in the nightlife industry, so
nice.
I've learned through family. After that, kind of got my real first experience with Deep Root Records.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So
cool.
I was out there. I was the lead events manager out there, working closely with Francis, Ajamu, Tay, that team. And I was doing that for a year and a half, almost 2 years.
That's awesome. It's a good community to be a part of too, because they're doing a lot of awesome productions.
100%. So it was cool because when I was doing their events, it still tied in with when they needed gear, I was the one that could get it, had the connects, all that. Then, just kind of time to move on after that, just went into, got the call from Elements, and then that just took off, and that's where I'm at currently, and we'll be there for a while.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sick.
How long have you been with Elements for now?
Elements here, it's now going on 2 years.
That's awesome.
Amazing.
Yeah, 2024 will be the second year, but it's going very well.
So your family was in the nightlife business. Were you always into dance music, or were you kind of into other stuff first before you got into that?
No. So what got me into music was, all right, so my name, I go by Olaf, which is my middle name, but also my grandpa's name.
Okay.
And what kind of got me into music was him, when I was younger, we'd be in the yard working on his truck or car or anything. and he kind of would play like Boston in the back, Christopher Cross, the Eagles.
Nice.
That's where like
Smooth
that's
flavor,
where the,
man.
Yep. that's where the music feel came from, and then I knew how to DJ, and then house music really came from my aunt. She does more of the Latin stuff.
Oh,
she works
nice.
closely with Bad Bunny. She owns her own Latin music label, all that.
Oh, sick.
But, just through her, I met Louis Vega, and I was like, okay, this is where I know
You connected. You were
yeah, I
like
was
there.
like,
yeah,
the Boots
right
and
in it,
Cats,
man.
The Boots and Cats, that's where my heart lies on.
Nice.
Yeah.
Dude, that's amazing. So, I mean, you kind of had that experience and then you got into the nightlife industry yourself and then it all just kind of clicked into place.
Yeah, and that's it. And, the past few years, it's been at least 10 years in the making. But, now is where things like I see that me and my team are really starting to take off and the opportunities are coming. And as well as just me being able to help other people, like everything is just right now it's just so cohesive and it just feels right that like now is where I'm going to start like literally just elevating things to the next level.
Nice. So, something we ask everybody is kind of like, when and where was your first gig that was really like your first real gig that was like, okay, I'm booked?
Oh wait, first real gig like that? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, because I was gonna say first real gig I had, even though this was under another alias, was Pasha Days, closing out for Mercer.
Oh my
but
gosh.
yeah, and I was 17. So it was funny because I remember this is when I was part of a duo.
Okay.
And we both had the big X's on our hand because we were underage.
Sick.
And
we let you in. That's a plus.
We were
Yeah,
at
they
the
let you
door.
in, facts.
We were at the door, and the guy goes, "Are you serious?" And we're like, "I swear to God, we're here to play." Yeah. And that was it. But I would say the biggest would be, I would say the biggest would have to be 100%. Yeah, Elements. Well, Elements 2022.
Nice.
Yeah. That's
Sick.
what kind of got me. That's kind of what kind of just took my career a little bit to the next level, and where people started noticing, and after that I got the message to be like, hey, do you want to work with us? Because I
Amazing.
made such an impression. So yeah,
Wow.
That's
Elements
awesome.
2022.
Dude, that's super sick.
Yeah.
I think that's a big part of it too, is like you never realize who's paying attention or who's in the room. You make that type of impression.
Yeah.
You never know what that could lead
I had
to.
no idea. And it was funny is because that email was in my spam email. And I always
That
Search in all real quick.
that is actually really good advice because you never know who's reaching out to you.
Yeah.
And you get random shit in
Yes.
the spam box,
Yes.
bro. You should always check.
I was just going through my spam because I was trying. Sometimes when I try to upload like files to send to other people, it's like you have too much junk, and I'm like, all right, let me delete. And I was going through my spam, and I was like, whoa, what the hell?
Yeah.
Immediately called my team. I was like, yo, guys, look at this. I was like, do you think this is real?
Yeah. First question: is it real or is it actual spam?
Yeah.
And then it's like, bro, and also facts like you never know who's in the crowd, man. You never know who's watching. It's somebody's manager. It's somebody's agent. It could be anything, dude. A million possibilities.
But wait, for you guys too, what would you say your biggest show or your first show would be like?
I mean, my first show, I think early on, Lefty, I got to play, they used to do a festival called the Brooklyn Electronic Music Festival.
Oh, yeah.
BEMF, and I got to close out after Armand Van Helden and Solid Disco
Wow,
on Verboten,
okay.
which was super sick.
That's fire.
That was like my third Lefty gig after doing a couple small parties.
So there was another alias before Lefty?
Before that, I DJ'd just around New York, just as myself. And
Suarez, baby.
And I started DJing in Miami in 2004.
Nice.
So my friend used to throw a big party down there, and I would DJ down there, and that's what got
Nice.
me into it. I started just bringing in all my friends. I'm like, he's like, get whoever you want in for free, and I'll be like, I'm gonna bring like 80 people. He's like, I love you, and I didn't realize I was a promoter.
Yeah.
I had no idea. He's like, I'll hook you up with free bottles. I was like, guys, we're getting free alcohol, we're getting free tickets. Let's all go.
Yep.
He's like, just make sure you bring like a good mix of people, not all dudes. And I was
Yeah.
like,
All right.
I was like, you got it, man. So I
Lefty
got
knows a
really
few
into
ladies.
it. Yeah, well, you know what? I found an opportunity because like after, I know this isn't really about me here, but
Yeah, it's all good.
after some opportunities in my life didn't work out, I moved back down to South Florida for a little while, and I was going to my friend's party, and I didn't know that many people down there, even though I went to high school down there. And I found a good opportunity to kind of start connecting with people by being like, hey, I could hook you up with free entertainment and nightlife, and we all really liked it. And like my friend circle just started expanding
Yeah.
really big. And then I just thought it was really fun, and I just like to party. So it worked out for me, and I got to get everybody in, gain a little popularity, get free party stuff. And then
Yeah.
like, then I started to go out more in Miami, and I got free shit everywhere I went because they knew me from that party. So it was kind of cool. Then I started DJing there eventually.
That's fire.
Yeah.
My first DJ gig was a similar thing. I was 15 or 16, and I sent out a press sheet, like a one sheet, to a bunch of clubs all in the area back in Connecticut where my mom lives. And they called me and they're like, hey, the DJ canceled. Like, no one can DJ. Can you be here in the next 30 minutes? So I show up. My mom drops me off in a minivan. Straight minivan vibes.
Sick.
That's great.
I have a bag full of force. Gale in full force. Love you, Mom.
That's great.
I have a bag full of records, have my CD booklet, you know what I mean? Pull up to the door, there's already a line out front, and they're like, yo, who are you? I'm like, I'm the DJ tonight. And the dude's like, no, you're not. You know what I mean? I was like, and I was a smart ass. I was like, well, doors are in like 30 minutes, so unless you can find somebody else,
You either got me or you got nothing.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
They put the big X's on my arm. They gave me a Red Bull as like a, here's the drink you can have kind of thing.
Yeah.
Crushed the club, they gave me a residency.
That's
And
sick.
That was my first like club event, when I was that age.
I thought it'd be really cool, and I brought some vinyl to my first gig. No idea what I was doing, but
You brought some what?
vinyl.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah, I had some like extended new order edit, and I played it out, and the guy was like, "Oh, dope," and I was like, freaking out.
Worked
a lot
out,
of new
worked
wave,
out.
a lot of new wave at the party. So
That's
I think
great.
looking back to some of those moments too, because like, not for nothing on some of those first gigs, like I was not very good. Like I'm cool saying that, and now I realize everyone was like, you were super dope back then, and realizing like, how the growth has happened, and how like for a lot of people it's like just being able to select the records and the innocent that might even come from that when you're not as seasoned.
I think it's very important for at some time every artist should definitely look back. I just had that moment recently where like I literally looked back on my career and like from where I came up, and I was like, holy crap, like what I've said that was like on my word of affirmation or my vision board, it's like it's coming true.
Yeah.
And it's like if you really look back on it and take the time to just decompress and see where you've been, you'll realize that if you're at that point, like everything you've wanted is coming to fruition. And that just motivates you even more, because once you realize it, you're like, holy crap, like, wow, I said this, it's coming through, and it makes you work even harder. And I had that moment and I literally started to cry. I'm not even gonna lie. I was like, wow. Yeah. This is literally where like I want it to be, even though I'm not big yet, but I'm making an impression
where I want where it's going.
Yeah, it's like these baby steps. You got to notice that.
Yeah,
you got to notice that.
That's great advice, man. Because I'll tell you what, I struggle with that big time.
Me too, bro.
I don't look back ever. I'm always looking way too far forward.
Yeah, but you don't know what's gonna come.
Higher. Yeah, you have no idea what's coming, and you got to really like be in the moment. Take in consideration everything that you've done in the past, and it's so hard to do that sometimes.
Yeah, man. I had that realization for the first time, and I literally started crying.
Yeah,
and I could only see where I'm at now, and even as far as you guys, I've did my homework. I've seen, I've looked at you guys, and you guys, same thing. You guys have a long way to go, but you're still making an impression. You guys are there.
Thanks,
you know what I'm saying? So this
just
is great.
fuel on the fire. That's what I say.
That's
People
it,
are like,
man.
how's it going? I'm like cruising. I'm just always cruising.
Just keep swimming, baby.
Control set to 55. I'm on the highway, man. I'm just going, and whatever's happening is happening.
Yeah, man. Just keep swimming. That's what it is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Gotta keep pumping it out.
Yep.
How are the releases coming along? Anything exciting coming up? Anything in the past you want to mention?
Yes. So right now I have 2 releases set up for 2024 on Delicious Records from Brazil.
Very cool.
Nasty Girl with vocalist, one of my friends on my label named Dante Severio, and another producer on my label called Nick Charis. Then I have another one that's going to come out of Pocket Records, Tone Troy's label.
Nice.
It's going to be me and my other friend who's part of my label, co-owner of the label, Dimitri. And a vocalist from Jersey. So yeah, those 2. And then I have 3 others right now that I can't mention because they're still in the works. Some of them want to hear back like a new mixed version. But yeah, there's a lot coming out right now. 2024 is really going to be the start of like Olaf, and as far as like sound wise and music releases. Took 10 years to get here, but finally ready, and they're already starting to line up. Yep.
And now you're all kind of lined up with the label and everything.
Yeah. And the good thing is like what I'm trying to do, as far as because I'm from Jersey, is I'm really trying to bring out the Jersey crowd to New York. So our label is all owned by Jersey. All the vocalists, all the producers are all from Jersey, which is rare because Jersey doesn't really have a lot of house heads like that.
I was gonna say, how's the house scene in New Jersey?
It's whacked.
Jersey club is the scene.
I mean, there's
Always
not really a true house club. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
There's a few coming out right now, but there's not really nothing that's like New York. So really, it's crazy because for me and my team to come to New York, and kind of make the impression we did was kind of just like mind-boggling because, you know, there's a lot of talent here in New York. And I've seen it, you know, when we've come here, like just kind of heads like turning like, who are these guys? But the Jersey scene, as far as like the team we have and the producers and people I know out there, it's huge. It's New York level talent.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm trying to bring here and showcase because Jersey got it. And you're gonna hear a lot. You're gonna hear a lot from us.
I got to go to what I call the Jersey Shore, which is just on the other side of the Hudson, right? A couple summers ago, and there's quite a scene over there, man. In the summertime,
Yeah.
that little port right there.
You're
by the
talking
Statue of Liberty,
Hoboken?
it's like
Oh,
a-
no. I know what you're talking
there's
about.
like
Yeah.
a whole, like,
Yeah.
bar area. There's
Yep.
like a whole bunch of stuff going on. It's a
Yep.
pretty big area. and
You'll
it's
see
like,
the shufflers, the dancers. There's
there's a whole bunch
man.
of stuff happening out there. I was like,
Yeah.
there's an opportunity here.
There
you
is.
know?
Yeah.
The only thing that sucks is that over in Jersey, the bars and clubs close at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh man.
Yeah.
Right
So like
there, huh?
there's a pretty big club in Jersey called Society. You know, they bring out like Teresa Biles, Oscar G. They brought out some pretty big names, but it just closed at 2 a.m.
The vibe doesn't start till 12:30.
Exactly my point.
Anywhere around the world.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. Every time I come to New York, I'm like, oh, what is it, 1 a.m.? All right, now it's time to
Yeah,
leave.
Now it's
That's
time to
it.
go.
Yeah.
Nothing's good before midnight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, man.
Unless it's a day party that's really, really popular.
Yeah. So that's the only thing. But I'm telling you, the Jersey crowd and our team, people are gonna know them. You know, New York level talent, very cool, and all of them producers, vocalists, ranging from anything.
Nice.
And it's pretty good, man. It's very good. I'm excited for people to see what they have.
That's awesome. I feel like they need somebody to champion the scene out there. you know?
100%. And I mean, you see like a Revival Records, like the owner's from Jersey, so
Yeah.
yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So and then if you come on that right there, you already know New Jersey. got
Yeah,
talent.
man. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So, what made you get into the label side? I'm curious. When did you start your label exactly?
Started my label. Label started during COVID. So me and my friend, I had a friend that moved to DC for work. His name is Peter. His artist name is Dion. You know, he moved out there. COVID happened, came back, and it happened in my mom's basement when I used to live with my mom. We just
Nice.
came up with the idea. We used to run a dance studio underneath a church.
Okay.
And what we would do is we would have people come learn how to shuffle, cut shapes, and we would book DJs to come play.
Oh, that's
And
fire.
it was free.
I love
Yeah,
that.
people would come,
That's
and it
really
was like
cool.
underneath a church, and they're like, "Whoa, what the hell's going on?"
Yeah.
I love the shuffler community.
yeah,
They're
man.
sick.
So we would do that, and then me and him, we went to high school together, and I was just like, one day it was COVID. I was like, "Bro, I know you're back. I'm still producing. Come through, like, help me with some tracks." Dude, from there on, this was 2020. Yeah, 2021. So that's when that started. And then I just realized something my aunt told me is like owning your masters in music. You know, a lot of these labels, sometimes what people don't know is like, you know, sometimes they try and jip you off. I'm not saying all of them do, but it's just realizing that most of the money, if you're going to make any, not saying chase money, is how you are going to own your own stuff and masters in music. So it's
Smart.
like, instead of giving your stuff away to someone and making crumbs, here's how you do it. And that's what it is.
It's not that many pieces to the puzzle, but it's all about having some resources and some
Yeah.
knowledge to make it happen.
Yeah,
It's not to
fact.
say like, you know, we're chasing money. No, it's just we want to own our work. We're the artists, we're the creatives behind this.
Yeah.
We want to own.
And
what we make.
we're in a place now too where it is easy for, like, so many people are doing self releases and stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, the tools are there if you want to learn how to use them, or you know how to use them. You know, to be able to do it yourself.
So
For sure. And it's always scary, kind of like there's so many labels out there, and it's like you like a label and you want to release with them, but like you don't know what kind of support you're going to get from them. At least you're in
100%.
control of what kind of support is going to go behind your release.
Yep.
You at least are in control of that, which helps.
And you know, labels obviously do help. You know, obviously, unless you're like very super successful and your label takes off, labels do help. You know, it's all about tapping
Name
into different
recognition,
networks.
yeah.
But other than that, if you really like your music and there's something you really want to hone into and take control of, then that's owning your own masters, owning your royalties, making sure that you guys are the ones that keep everything you have. So that was it. Obviously, I'm still releasing on other labels,
I was going
but
to ask, yeah. So you're not going fully indie on your own side. but
yeah,
you're still listening to
no.
labels?
I still need to. I'm on the come up, so I still need to tap into other networks.
It's always good to
but
do.
yeah.
Still, yeah.
I'm gonna have the artists on my label are gonna, you know, they'll have their own. I'll have my own, but that's really it. I do need to tap into other networks, and the good thing about our label is that we are going to give artists literally full control of what they want to do, how they want to release it, cover art, anything. It'll still kind of be independent without really being independent, but a lot of the artists will gain more of the royalties and percentage on their tracks than anything.
Nice.
But we will make it our best to obviously push the record and do all that. But
Are there
the
any bigger labels out there that you desire to be part of their catalog?
Oof.
Any dream
If I had
labels?
to pick a dream one, too, as a Latino, I'm picking, even though he's not Latino, is Melee's label,
Nice.
Club Bad, and Bandidos Records, Rafa Barrios.
Oh yeah, he's sick, man.
Those two would be a dream.
Nice.
So yeah, just as a Latino myself, I love that.
Yeah.
Latin tech, that's what I'm into.
Latino from where?
So I'm from Honduras and Puerto Rico.
Whoa, cool.
Yeah.
Don't get to meet a lot of people from Honduras.
Exactly. Yep. Not many.
That's amazing.
So that's where the music inspiration for me comes from.
Were you born there?
Yes.
Oh wow. And when did
Honduras.
you move to New Jersey?
I was 9. Yeah.
Sick. How was
So-
that growing up over there?
Not good. Not good. Our family got moved out because of gang stuff going on there.
Oh wow.
Yeah. They found out that we've owned businesses out there. We weren't living lavish, but we definitely did better than anyone else out there. And once anyone out there or gangs find out, that they kind of
They take over the money.
yeah.
Damn.
So now our whole family's out of there. We only had we call her Tia Huicha. She was the only one, 100 years old. She was like, I'm not leaving. I don't care. She hard-headed.
These guys, I'll take them down.
literally 100. I swear to God, her house got shot up. She literally's gotten
Holy
shot.
shit.
She's lived. But she's
Tough,
the only one
man.
who said, I'm not leaving. This is where I grew up, where I'm staying.
Yeah.
She's holding it down.
Yeah, but
Respect.
I mean, she recently passed away, but she was the last one that was our family that was there. But other than that, now none of us are there.
Wow.
We kind of got ran out.
Damn,
but-
that's tough.
Hey, we're in America, so
Yeah.
we got it.
Not
We're
a bad
going.
place to be.
Yeah, no, I know.
Nice.
But I go out there. We go out there. Me and my mom to do missionary trips. I always go back there to give back. But that's the motherland right there.
Nice. And both your parents, or your one.
My
of your
dad's
parents-
from Puerto Rico. My
That's
mom's
Puerto
from
Rico.
Honduras. Yeah.
Do you guys go down there often, Puerto Rico? Ever?
Puerto Rico? Yeah, I've been out there. I was actually just recently out there to do with my aunt to do a Bad Bunny live stream.
Oh, sick.
Yeah,
That's cool.
we did the production there.
Yeah, that's amazing. What does she do with Bad Bunny?
So she's kind of the project manager. So
Oh,
he literally
sick.
personally requests her every time he comes to New York.
For the releases?
Yeah. So when he does anything,
Wow.
even the run of show, the Yankee Stadium, when he was just there, she's the one who did the whole run of show. Basically, like when this
That's
song's coming
wild.
up, dancers, boom, boom. She's the project manager. She's the
Amazing.
one that does all the
So then she
all his
works
design.
for, was it Warner or something?
No, she's independent.
She's independent.
Yeah, she's a freelancer.
That's how you know you got power when you're an
Yeah.
artist signing to bring your own
Nah,
project
nah.
manager.
She's a freelancer.
yeah.
Her.
Yeah.
He's
Well,
got
yeah,
power,
she's-
and she must have a lot of power
Yeah,
too for them to be like,
she's-
all right.
Yeah, she's worked for a lot of big companies, Corona, Live Nation. But then, she started her own Timba Soul Records, and that's where she was like, she just made such an impression where like artists come to her now and they're like, you're a boss, I want you.
Yeah,
That's dope.
She's
Yeah.
proven herself.
I love
Yeah,
that.
so that's kind
amazing.
of where all my guidance comes from is her.
course,
Even though it's a
dude, yeah,
different
yeah.
music industry, still hand
Yeah,
in
it still
hand.
all
The
applies.
knowledge crosses over
Yeah,
for
still
sure.
hand in hand.
Dude, that's super cool, man. Super cool. Are you into the collab scene much?
Of course,
You've been
one
doing a
thing
bunch
I
of that?
always say, man, this is it's great that you brought that out.
Yeah.
There's room for everyone in this industry if you just let go of your ego. You know what I'm
Oh my
saying?
gosh. I talk about ego all the time. It's
It
the
was
worst
actually
thing.
right when we were walking out of the office before this.
Yeah. Every day I'd mention it to you. Ego destroys people.
Bro,
Facts.
people.
it's so annoying. And like this industry, yeah, is oversaturated. But I started realizing, I was like, yo, there's room for everyone.
Yeah.
It's just like, yo, I do believe at some point too, there needs to be kind of like a what is each party bringing to the table?
Yeah.
But there's room for everyone, and it's like I'm all about community and helping out, man. I won't even look for anything in return, but it's like if you need something, like here's and I can point you in that direction. Yeah, whether it's collabing or anything, like collabing is how you are going to find yourself in other people's networks or other, you know what I'm saying? So it's
yeah, it's such a great crossover, opportunity. To
right
like-
now it just feels like there's a competition, but it's like it shouldn't be, man. It should not be.
It does feel very competitive, and some people are really open to and just watching everybody succeed, and some people feel like, oh, I'm not getting these
Yeah.
opportunities because these other things there, but those opportunities are still there. Just
I think
not right
I think
now.
that goes back to the whole ego thing, though, right? Is like people who have that ego and they don't feel like, hey, we can all come up together. You know, when I think one of the things we've talked about in the last couple episodes again is I think we're in a good headspace now after the pandemic. Everybody got to clear their heads of like, I feel like it has given, especially in New York, people more room to be able to grow and come up together. There's a great community here right now.
You know,
for
I've
it.
met a lot of bad apples. I've met a lot of good apples. Fortunately, more on the good apple side. But, you know, it's just great because it's like, you know, they've come for me to help. And I'm just like, I literally get pleasure of being like, oh shit, I can help you. Here's what it is. Here's what you need to do.
Yeah.
Then somewhere out of nowhere, boom, they come back with something else that could help me, even without me asking for anything. And it's like, just imagine if everyone constantly did that. Like, yo, here's what you need. Cool. Here's what I need. Can provide it. Boom.
Yeah.
You just help each other. And it's like, why not constantly do that?
We all build together.
And it's like, we're going to be at a point where all our OGs and all the people we like are out of the scene, you know, because they're older. And
We're
now it's
creating
like,
the next generation.
We're going to be the OGs.
Yeah, exactly. We're going to be the OGs. So it's like, you know, why not collab now, make the networks now, help each other? And that's what it is, man. And I truly believe in that. And I'm going to keep doing that till the day I die because it's helped me in the long run and I'm helping other people. And that's what I want to do.
How you build community.
You know, yeah, it's tough. I mean, I feel like for a long time there, though, like the community is pretty small, you know?
Very small.
It's definitely growing a lot. And like, there's definitely been some gatekeepers along the way, which made things really hard.
Yep.
And it's like, it's so hard to get noticed by some of the bookers and all these people and the labels and everything. Like, it's really hard to get out there. And I think collaborating is a great way to try to just
Yeah, and
put
again,
yourself-
it's not even just music; it's collaborating. Anything. I've had people hit me up like, "Yo, do you know the owner of this?" Boom, I'll text the owner. Obviously, I have to make sure with the owners and make sure, like, you know what it is.
It's okay.
But I'd be like, "Yo, here's the direct contact." He said, "Yeah, boom."
Yeah, you always got to do the check for your own relationships.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
But you're down to help. Which is
You
a good
can.
thing.
Yeah.
100%. And I tell people all the time, if you find me through Instagram or people told you about you, please reach out. Don't be afraid. I got you. If you need,
Sick.
and I can help, I got you.
Amazing.
100%.
Anything exciting you have prepared for your set for today? Maybe some IDs or some other music that you're really excited about?
Honestly, I downloaded all the music. I lost my USB, so I downloaded a bunch of new music today. So I've never heard the music, so I'm just gonna go on the whim.
All right, well, mystery set, baby, right here.
Yeah.
Go on the whim.
Make sure you all check that out. Link below. It's going to be in this playlist to check out his set. Where can people find you online?
So if you go to Instagram, it's Olaf, like the snowman, OLAF .wav, WAV. Other than that, that's where I'm at. If you want to follow my music label page on Instagram, it's Freakfeed, FREQFEED. And that's it. Yeah, those two.
Sweet.
Sick, man.
Well, we're looking forward to the set. Make sure you guys check that out. I'm Rich Furniss.
Yeah, and I'm Lefty. Thank you so much for joining us. And thank you, Olaf, for
Thank
being
you
our guest
guys.
today.
You guys are bomb.
Peace.
Peace.